Jackie Hook, educational video host for this virtual field experience. In this segment, I'll be speaking with first grade teacher Sandra Reyes about an English language development lesson, or ELD lesson, that integrates science and literacy and focuses on developing academic language. Sandra, we were videotaping in your classroom today, and now we have a chance to play back the tape and reflect on some of the strategies you were using. And we're going to focus mostly on what you were doing with your English language learners. So let's get started.
Sure. Go ahead and take out your homework, your ticket, your books.
The kids are just coming into the room, but why don't you share with us the composition of the classroom and the levels of language acquisition and language development in your room.
Okay, I have 17 students. Only one is an English-only speaker. He pretty much just speaks English. The rest are English language learners. I have about 4 of them are ELD level 1s, which is the very beginning level of English. The rest are ELD 2s and 1 ELD 3.
So this is a first grade class, and we're pretty much at the end of the year here. And you've seen a lot of progress as the year has gone on. Talk a little bit about the kinds of progress you've seen in a year in first grade.
They've definitely made a lot of progress in reading. I had some that only knew the letters when they started. Now they know letters, sounds, some high frequency words, some are readers now, so that's been great. In writing also. I had some that were non-writers, and now they're able to write sentences on their own and even a paragraph. So some of them have made a lot of progress.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
So a lot of your students have immigrated from other countries, I take it.
Yes, I'd say most. Some of them were born here, but most have immigrated.
And is it mostly Mexico, being that we're in California?
No, now it's a Central American, some Mexican. I'd say it's about half and half here. We're going to go over some of the vocabulary words that have to do with plants and flowers and growing. And then we're going to do something kind of fun, and I'll show you how to do it, okay? We've been talking about plants and the cycle of the plants. So what we did yesterday, I had them color and glue of seed, sprout, plant, and flower, and they glued it in sequential order, and they're going to use that paper or that information to transfer it onto sentences. And yesterday we came up with a vocabulary chart of words that they'll need to go ahead and construct their sentences. So here we're going over the pictures, make sure they know what the picture is, make sure they can read the word, and then we'll go ahead and do some time and order words that they'll use for sequencing the sentences. It's part of our ELD science curriculum. So we integrate them. So we've been talking about plants. We've read a book about plants, the cycles of a plant. So now we're getting ready to do our first writing activity on plants.
So that's a nice way of integrating science with language development. That's great.
So I want everybody to tell me, what is this?
Sprout.
It's a sprout. And if you look at the picture, that's a sprout. Can somebody explain to me, what is a sprout? Here we're going over the vocabulary, the content vocabulary that they'll need, science vocabulary words that they'll need later on for their sentences. What is a sprout? David, you're raising your hand.
A little sprout.
A sprout? A little plant. How little? Can you show me? Yeah. A sprout could be that little. A sprout is...
Could be this right here.
It could be this little.
And that one, is like a little bit.
So we get a sprout when it's first starting to grow.
And then when it grows, it goes like
Okay.
this.
What is this?
Seed.
A seed, and if you notice, the pictures are here. I put the words next to it.
A seed.
A seed. A seed made of, what is this?
A seed.
Seed. ¿Una semilla?
Right.
Seed. Y esa es una plantita bien chiquitita cuando apenas empieza a crecer. Se llama sprout. ¿Puedes decir? Sprout. Good.
Tell me about your grouping structures.
What I usually do is group them by ability, by level. Most of the time, this group here is ELD 1. And then the next group I work with during the class time, ELD 2s. And this group here, what I'm going to do with them is just picture cards. And actually, I did ask Maida, what is this? And I knew that she wasn't going to be able to say it in English, but I thought she'd be able to say it in Spanish. That's why I asked her that, because I wanted them to feel pretty comfortable knowing that we can use Spanish. You know, I'm going to go ahead and hear it in Spanish, say it in English, and then we're going to repeat it. And what is this? It's a plant. Can somebody look at the plant here or look at my plant and describe it? Oscar, can you describe the plant? Tell me what it looks like.
Do you find that ELD 1 students are much more comfortable expressing themselves in a smaller group, or?
Generally speaking, I think students are more comfortable, but especially ELD 1 students, because they like to be in the small group setting, because they feel comfortable with each other, because I think they know they're on the same level. So I think, yes.
So it's really important for you to pull them aside and give them that intensive instruction.
Definitely. Now, let's look at the plant and let's look at the sprout. Let's put them together. Oscar, which one has more leaves? The sprout or the plant?
Plant.
Can you say it in a complete sentence? The plant?
The plant has more leaves.
The plant has more leaves. Can somebody tell me which one is longer? The sprout or the plant? Which one is longer?
Which one are those called?
The sprout and the plant. Which one is longer, Jocelyn? Now? Complete sentence. The plant is longer than the sprout. Can you say that?
The plant is longer than the sprout.
Good job. Good.
I notice you're spending a lot of time on all of these words.
All right, and the reason why I put them side by side, the sprout and the plant, because yesterday one of the students said, but it's the same thing. Because it pretty much looks the same thing, and then another student pointed out that, no, the plant is longer, it has more leaves, the bud is there, it's ready to blossom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what is the difference between the sprout and the plant? Well, you already told me that the plant is longer, it has more leaves, and what's another difference? A very important difference. Está grande, está más larga esta que esta, tiene más hojas, has more leaves.
A lot of the learning that's taking place would be the same as for English speakers. So do you know when someone's not getting it because of a language difference as compared to when somebody's not getting it just because it's a progression of learning?
Most of the time I do. I know that it's a language issue, so I'll simplify. Sometimes I use Spanish. And when I know that it's not a language issue, I use other strategies with them, not necessarily because of the language. I'll maybe do it in a different way for them. There's a lot of ways you can teach the same concept sometimes, so I just use 2 or 3